Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J Black, live in the building once again. It is probably 5 weeks to the beginning of the NFL season, so you know what time it is. It is time for the Ovatyme Sports Show NFL Preview. And I am not alone in my little extravaganza. You know I cannot do this show at Isall without
because
my man.
You are not alone. Woo. I am here with you.
Hey.
Though it's far away.
Oh,
I am here to stay. Oh,
yeet.
sorry.
That's my main man. Big Silden is in the building. How you doing, Big Sizzle Sin? How you doing, sir?
I am doing well. I am now sharing this to the deepest parts of the internet so we can get some weirdo telling us that he likes to sing like last time.
Hey, that was fun, actually. The last dude that came up, he put a smile on my face all the way from Bangladesh or some shit. I don't fucking know.
He told us he loved us.
We love Mr. Bangladesh, too.
Yeah, we had a homie from Australia pop in last time, remember?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty fun. I told you. We got to get back into the grooves. But, you know, we always start out the new season of the Ovatyme Sports Show.
Hold on.
What?
For the first time in, 4 years we've been doing this?
Yep.
NFL talk stuff? We are going to add some sticky stakes to our predictions here.
A little bit of seasoning.
So, as we all know, I was the best in the world. Well, fuck that guy from ESC. Fuck Trey Wingo. I was the best in the world, except by one game last year in the
NFL. And keep in mind, that did a strong comeback, too. I almost had you, except that last week.
Remember, we had the tagline, who better than ESPN? But anyway.
Big MF and Sim.
But anyway, this year, what we are going to do in a friendly gentleman's wager between myself and Mr. Hollywood J Black over there.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the season, we're going to do the wins and losses like we did last year. But this time, I'm actually going to keep track of what we predict over these next 4 weeks for these seasons. And the person with the closest answer will get a point added to their wins and losses at the end of the year.
I'm down for that. You know what's crazy? The two things that resonate to me from last year, we said that the Browns were going to cost the Steelers a playoff spot, and we said that the Bears are going to be the surprise team in the NFL because of Khalil Mack. Those two things absolutely, positively, without a shadow of a doubt, came true.
Oh, and I said the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yes, we both agreed on that one, which is pretty good.
So this wager I have, and since we're both in the gaming, the jersey saying is here and there. Since we're both in the gaming, the wager is the person with the least amount of points owes the other a game.
Fair enough. I can do that. We can get that popping, sir.
All right, so we are going to start this season off like we started the last 4 seasons off with the NFC West and the AFC East. And NFC East and the AFC East. Yeah, I threw you for a loop on that one.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, that wasn't in the script. This time, we're going to start it out in the national.
Right. I'm sorry. My script is a Game Informer magazine. I don't know what you're looking at.
No wonder we're screwed. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. Anyway. All right. So we're going to start out with the wonderful, beautiful, stupendous NFC East, which was not the belle of the ball last year by any means whatsoever. They did have 2 teams come out of their division for the playoff spot, which is also debatable, but it's whatever. It's fine. No worries. We're just going to get down to the nitty-gritty.
We're going to start at the bottom of the barrel and work our way to the top.
Yes. Started from the bottom. Now we here. Starting
So
from the
he said, we are going to start with the most disappointing team of 2018, the New York Football Giants.
Yes. Last year, I think you have last year's stats. Do you still have last year's stats?
Last year, this team went 5-11.
Yes.
Their 5 wins came against a playoff Houston Texans team, a beat-up 49ers team, a shitty Tampa Bay team, a playoff Chicago Bears, and a Alex Smith-less Washington Redskins.
Yes. The sad part about the Giants is that they can't. Remember, we talked about this at the beginning of last season. I said that the Giants having an actual running back actually makes them the most dangerous team in the NFC.
And then they stopped throwing the ball to Odell Beckham.
And then they actually stopped running the ball 20-plus times a game.
Because Master Saquon Barkley was like, hey, I need to get paid more if I'm going to be doing this shit.
I know. Let's see if I can find that image of a shook Eli Manning. Hold on.
Everybody knows what a shook Eli Manning looks like. It's Butters with Down syndrome.
Let me see. I got to find it. No, that's not it. We'll find it. But yes, Eli Manning. The Eli Manning memes
make that picture the thumbnail for this video.
I will. No problem. I can do that. Eli Manning was very disappointing. That's being nice about it. Actually, he was horrible.
That also comes to not having an offensive line. They signed a Nate Solder who New England let go of for nothing for a reason.
Yeah. Here we go. I got it. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hold on. Let me see. This is the look of all looks right here. Where are you? Mm-hmm. Chrome tab. Do we see it?
Nope.
Oh, we gotta go full screen with this one. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Do you see it? Do you see it?
That motherfucker, like I said, he looks like Butters with Down syndrome wearing his fucking tinfoil hat.
That was the look to end all looks. That look right there explained the entire New York Giants season.
Explain the San Francisco 49ers season too.
Hey. No, Jimmy Garoppolo's leg looking like a broken twig is what explained the San Francisco 49ers season, okay? Leave my Niners alone.
Right. So they were just very disappointing in the offseason. So what did people say? Oh, it can only go up from here. Here, let's go to the draft. In the first round, with the 6th pick of the NFL draft, the New York Giants select Daniel Jones, a quarterback out of Duke who nobody was going to pick before the 6th round. And then you give Eli Manning a contract exception.
Oh, why? And most importantly, why?
Well, I got good news.
What?
They got rid of Odell Beckham Jr. and drafted Darius Slayton in the 5th round.
And that was supposed to be good news? What was
That's
this?
That is the only wide receiver they drafted.
So here's my thought, right? And I want to be dead honest, okay? I really think that Washington really played the okie doke with the Giants, right? Because I really, in my heart of hearts, believe that they told somebody leaked that to the Giants that they were going to draft Daniel Jones instead of your boy from Ohio State. No, the boy from Ohio State, the dude that wanted to go to New York. The dude that was, because remember, he's from New York City. He was practically begging to go to New York City. He was like, please, New York Giants, please send me to New York City. I want to play behind Eli Manning and take over your franchise. And apparently Washington pulled the okie doke, had told him, hey, yo, Chico, we're going to draft Daniel Jones.
Chico.
We think Daniel Jones is way better than the Ohio State man.
Just an FYI, I'm kind of cheating the system here. I started a watch party on this thing too.
That's right.
Jay White popped up in the watch party and said, "What's up, guys? Just showing y'all some love."
Oh, there you go. I appreciate it. Give me a second here. I am trying to share this link.
All right, so let me talk about why he's doing that. Let me talk about their free agent signings in this offseason. So the New York Giants actually did sign some players somehow. People wanted to go there. They signed Antoine Bethea, a safety from Arizona.
Okay.
Oh, they got another wide receiver because New England wasn't going to pay him. They got Golden Tate from the Detroit Lions.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, they just went after all Arizona Cardinals players. They picked up Marcus Golden, Olsen Pierre, Mike Rammers.
Yeah, I mean,
they picked up Rod Smith from the Cowboys. And no, we're not talking about Hall of Famer Rod Smith.
I mean, this is literally a rebuild. This rebuild year was last year, right? Now we're in rebuild year part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Things have gotten worse. They haven't gotten better.
And I'm gonna say this. I know you don't see the comments because they're popping up on the watch party, but the Steelers suck ass, bro. All right, Mr. Foxworthy, Mr. Cooper, Mr. Michael Cooper. The Steelers are hot garbage.
No, the Steelers. This is the end of the Steelers era. I'm going to tell it to you right now, and we'll get to that when we talk. Is it next week that we talk about the North?
Yep, next week is the North.
Oh, and I'll tell you right now that everybody's watching. This is the end of the Steelers era. I said last year was the beginning.
He called me a fucker.
Hey,
because he knows it's true. No, he called me a fucker because he knows it's true.
Oh, I know, because this is it. Like Michael Jackson said, "This is it. Y'all are fucked."
We started the video with a Michael Jackson song. We're going to continue it. Y'all done.
Y'all done. DUNN done. Like Kevin. Anyways.
Done.
But we'll talk about that next week. I'll save my Steelers hate for next week. I promise you. Don't worry.
Hey, he said they're going to stomp the New England's ass. Homeboy, do you realize that your best wide receiver and running back are gone?
I'm telling you. We'll get on the Steelers. I promise you, come back next week. Come back next Wednesday. I'll have all the Steelers hate and vitriol for you. I promise you. I got so many things to say about the Steelers. But I said, last year was the beginning of the end. Didn't we say it? We called it. Beginning of the end. This year, we put the nail in the coffin. That's it. So, anyways, about the Giants.
Jay, the video will be up on YouTube later, Jay.
Yeah. So these Giants, let me tell you something about these Giants, man. These dudes are probably the most disorganized franchise, most disappointing franchise. You literally the one thing that you were missing was a running back, and you somehow were able to do worse this year than you did last year than you did the year before. How?
And you had a healthy Odell Beckham this year.
Everybody was healthy. Everyone.
Y'all thought New York Giants fans thought Brandon Marshall was going to be their savior.
No. Remember the coach got fired last year, two years ago, because he wanted to bench Eli Manning, right? Remember this?
Because he wanted to bench him for Geno Atkins, I would have fired his ass too.
I mean, Geno Smith was all right. He was cool. He was all right.
Geno Atkins, my bad. That's how irrelevant he is. I called him a defensive
lineman. That's because he plays quarterback like a defensive lineman. Anyways, it's not the point, sir. The point is that they got worse. I like exponentially worse. They had a new coach, and you thought that swag would come in. They have a running back. Everything was going to be fine, and they can't even explain how they got worse. And you think that, it can't get any worse. You get rid of your best receiver, and you draft shit. It's exactly what you drafted. They drafted Eli Manning's twin. They didn't do what was best for the franchise. They did what was best for Eli Manning, okay? You absolutely, positively have no competition coming from Daniel Jones, Eli. The job is all yours.
You know what they did? You know what they did?
What?
They did what the WWE did when they let Brock Lesnar cash in the Money in the Bank on Seth Rollins at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, they just walked him to the front of the depth chart. That's what the fuck happened. Here you go, buddy. Team's all yours. You don't have to worry.
Stephanie says, "Hey guys."
Hey, Steph.
Like I said, they're commenting on the watch party, but not on this actual video.
It's okay. It's fine. We forgive them, probably.
But I got the watch party up, so I can commentate for them.
There you go.
So right now, I'm going to get into the season schedule this year for the New York Football Giants.
All right.
They kick off the season, and then we'll give our predictions, okay?
Okay.
They start off the season at Dallas.
Oh, God.
Then they're at home against the Buffalo Bills. Then they're at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then they have 2 home games, one against Washington and one against Minnesota. Both tough games. Then they have to travel to New England to play the Patriots. Then they're at home against the Cardinals. Then they're at the Detroit Lions. Then they are at home against Dallas. So they got to play Dallas twice in the first 9 weeks of the season.
Jeez.
Then they're at the Jets. Then they have their bye week. Then they're at the Bears, who are going to be looking for revenge for that loss they took last year.
Yeah.
Then they're at home against Green Bay. Then they're at the Eagles. Then they're at home against Miami. Then the final 2 games are at Washington and at home against the Eagles. It does not look like a promising schedule for the Giants.
That Bills game is winnable. Because, and we'll get to the Bills in a minute. And when I talk about disappointment, that's another team I really got to get on them. I'm gonna get on the Bills so bad too. But the Bills game is winnable. The Tampa Bay game is sort of winnable. I don't know.
Bruce Arians is ahead of that team now, and he had Jameis Winston actually showed up in shape and on time for training camp.
That's why I said sort of winnable. Oh, here we go. Mike Russell's in the building. Yeah. What's good, Mr. Russell? How you doing, sir?
Long time no see.
Man, so Detroit, I don't know what Detroit team's going to show up. And it really comes down to, with Washington, it's really going to come down to when they pull the trigger on Dwayne Haskins.
Well, Alex Smith is done, right?
No, he's not going to play this season. No, and might not play next season. I mean, it might not play next season. He said, "Good."
Yeah, and we're talking. And he popped in right in time. We're talking about his Redskins right now.
Right. I know, right? I know.
All right, so we gotta. Okay, sorry. Let me pull this up. So, Mr. Black.
Yeah.
What is your season prediction for the New York Giants? What will their final record be in Week 17?
2-14.
2-14.
2-14.
You know, I'm actually going to give them a little more respect than you are this time. I remember last year we talked about them winning the NFC East and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give them a 4-12 finish.
Okay. All right.
I think they split a couple of those division games.
Yeah.
But the rest of their schedule, besides the Jets and the Bills, is kind of a murderer's row.
See, and we'll talk about the Redskins. My understanding is that the Redskins have the former quarterback of the Broncos and Vikings, right? They have your boy, right?
Who?
Your boy that won the game, the Miracle in the Minnesota Miracle.
You talking about the dude who lost his job to Joe Flacco?
Yeah, Case Keenum, right? Isn't he in Washington?
I think he's in Washington.
Okay.
Now.
So I guess now we can talk. We're going to get to the Redskins now.
Yep, we're talking about the Redskins right now. And last season.
So this is important. So Mike Russell, when we get on him, Trent Williams says he won't play for the Redskins. I remember Trent Williams had that growth in his head. Remember we talked about that. I remember that. They talked about that on the ESPN. I remember that. Okay. And yeah, Keenum. I was telling it was Keenum. So let's talk about the Redskins. Let's get on it. I'm glad.
Right, so last year, the Redskins came out like a house of fire all the way up until Alex Smith got Joe Namath.
Yep. Now, this is two things that you have to understand about the Redskins. Right when that Alex Smith injury happened. The Alex Smith injury happened because their offensive line got depleted throughout the season. Remember,
they lost every single offensive lineman on their team last year.
Remember, the Redskins were 6-3 headed into that game that Alex Smith got hurt.
Yep.
And their offensive line got depleted, and I think we talked about this in week 10. We said this is going to be a problem. This was going to be a problem. That was going to be a big problem. And sure enough, that depleted O-line is what got Alex Smith killed.
Yeah, because he's not as mobile as he once was.
Uh-huh.
And look, Alex Smith did his job. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
The reason the season ended the way it did is because of the O-line got depleted, Alex Smith got destroyed.
And like Mike Russell says, they went through 16 O-linemen last year. 16. Jesus.
So this year in the NFL draft, with the number 1 pick at number 15, they drafted Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State.
Yep.
Then they picked up Montez Sweat, an outside linebacker from Mississippi.
Improved that.
A wide receiver from Ohio.
Yep.
They picked up Bryce Love, a running back. Then they actually addressed the offensive line with Wes Martin and Ross Pershbaker. But that's all they drafted as far as offensive linemen go.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're getting their studs back this year, so that's good. Two things that concern me. Not necessarily Case Keenum. I actually think that in Jay Gruden's offense, Case Keenum is an extremely conservative quarterback. He's what. Remember when how Harbaugh had Alex Smith the first year he got there? Extremely conservative.
Hey, can I make you laugh real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Michael Cooper, the Steelers fan, he said the Steelers are going 13-3.
Nope, sorry, not gonna happen.
Flip it around, buddy. Flip it around. 3-13.
So. And I'll get to Mike Russell's commenting on Sweat, that is actually a really good draft pick. But I want to talk about Case Keenum for a second. I think Case Keenum is good enough to manage the Redskins' offense. We're going to probably be looking at what Alex Smith was under Harbaugh. Under Harbaugh's first year, extremely conservative, very careful with the ball, mistake-free, and is going to let the defense do their thing. With that said, I believe that conservativeness may end up costing them towards the middle of the season, especially when you're in the same division as the Eagles and the Cowboys. Which I think Mike alluded to, a thing that he says that Haskins won't play until week 12. I would actually probably give it until 13. Last 5 games on the line. I think they'll probably break even. I think that's towards the end of the season.
Schedule?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's the 2019 schedule for the Washington Redskins.
Yep.
Week 1, at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. Oh.
Week 2 and 3, they're at home.
Okay.
They got the Cowboys and they got the Bears.
Okay.
That's a tough opening lineup to go against.
No, I know. I already know.
Then they're at the Giants.
Okay.
Then they're at home against New England. Then they're at Miami. Then they're at home against San Francisco. Then they're at Minnesota. Then they're at Buffalo. Then they got their bye week. So following their bye week, they got 2 straight home games against the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions. Then they're away for 2 weeks with Carolina and Green Bay. Then they're at home for 2 with Philadelphia and the Giants. And then they finish the season at the Dallas Cowboys.
I actually think that Jets game is what's going to be the breaking point for where the Case Keenum Redskins are going to go. Because I honestly feel that if they can't beat the Jets, then we're looking at the Dwayne Haskins show from here on out. I'm looking.
Their toughest, unfortunately, right now with this Redskins team, until I see what they're about, the first 5 weeks of the season, with the exception of that Giants game, and it's at New York, so it's going to be tough anyway. You might be looking at a 1-4, 0-5 start, and that's hard for me to say.
I think Case Keenum's going to surprise a couple people. I think maybe 2-3, maybe 3-2. They're not going to beat the Patriots. Not going to happen. I think the Patriots and the Bears are the 2 games that they don't win. I think the Cowboys game is winnable, especially if Zeke is feeling some type of way.
Yeah, Zeke. When we get to the Cowboys, we'll talk about Zeke.
Yeah,
and his quote is, "There's no way in hell that Dak Prescott should have got a contract extension before him," and I agree with him.
Yeah, of course. Because you take Zeke out the lineup, what are the Cowboys? Nothing. Just saying. But again, I think they're going to be a break-even team up until that Jets game, because that Jets game is a very winnable game, and if they lose that game, the Haskins show starts, and that's a wrap for the season. And I'm not saying that because Dwayne Haskins is bad. Dwayne Haskins is going to ball, but he's going to make some mistakes.
See, the only way I see the Jets beating them is if Mr. Bell is actually at the peak of his performance and happy in New York, which he's already shown that he's not.
True. He said, Jay says they already lost week 1. Said definitely not winning the Patriots game. He said got us 4-6 and buy it till the buy at 4-2 when Haskins takes over. That's why I said at 4-6, I still think that the Jets game is that deciding factor. That's where the season you really gonna know where that season's at the Jets game. So with me, I'm inclined to agree with what Michael said. If you're gonna ask me my prediction on the record,
yep, that's where we're at right now. The prediction time.
I said I have to agree 8-8. I have to because they seem like it's gonna take this year to kind of gel. Let Haskins get his legs under him, get a feel for the NFL pro game, because Haskins can ball. Haskins can sling like nobody else. He's probably the most disrespected quarterback in collegiate football history. I'm going to put that out there. He is the most disrespected quarterback in football history. He outstatted the 2 people that were the finalists for the Heisman Trophy. He led on his arm Ohio State to a shot in the college football playoff with the decimation of Michigan.
So I have the Redskins at 7-9. So it's basically the same thing. It's not going to be a great season for them, but it'll be good enough.
Yeah, I don't think Gruden will be fired this year. I think we'll give him one more year. Give him one more year into Haskins. If Haskins degrades, then I think that next year, then I think, yeah, okay, all right, then we can fire Gruden at this point. But I think if the option is throwing a rookie quarterback out there the second half of the season, and you get to 8-8, then I don't think they'll touch Gruden with a 10-foot pole. I think they'll leave him alone for one more year.
And let's be real. If you start the season 1-4, 2-3, and it's a struggle, and Alex Smith is not able to come back, and Case Keenum is struggling, put the kid in, see what he has. If he takes you 7-9, 8-8, then you know you might have something in the future. You just got to build around it.
Yep. That's what it comes down to. All right, so I guess we're on to the second place team in the NFC East. He said 6-9. Jay Mitch says 6-9, huh? You're missing a game unless you're scheduling a tie, sir.
Are you talking 6-9-1, Mr. Mitchell? Huh? We schedule the ties around here, damn it. We schedule the ties.
Yeah, not you. Ties are our thing, okay?
Hey, we were almost right on the tie number last year. Anyway.
Didn't we say the Steelers were going to tie last year or some dumb shit?
Yes, and they almost did it twice.
Yes.
They tied once and almost did. No, they almost had 3 games with ties last year.
Yes. So close. That would have been beautiful.
Steelers are ass. Anyway, we are now talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, who had a weird season last year. Nick Foles said bye-bye to this team in the offseason because even though he has done more than Carson Wentz, they paid Carson Wentz.
Well, if your thing is investing in the future or investing in the now, the Eagles decided to invest in the future, which isn't a bad thing, but you could have got top dollar for Carson Wentz in a trade very easily.
A bad thing. It's a bad thing when you signed a person to a deal like that who has not played a full season.
True. Well, it is bad, but hell, you see they do it in basketball. I mean, fuck. I mean, I guess that
fuck. Kevin Durant's going to make $30 million this year, and he's not even going to play till the year after.
So Jay corrected his to 6-10. 6-10.
Proud of you. We love you guys. We really do.
Yeah, we do.
Right. So next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who ended up 9-7, making the playoffs barely, but there was no Foles magic in the playoffs.
Nope, sorry. That got derailed, deveined, and detailed.
So the biggest ass whoopings of the Eagles last year were the loss of 41 points to the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. Yeet. They got yeeted out of the playoffs. Your boys got yeeted out of the playoffs.
Yeet. Fuck you, Nick Foles.
Get the yeet out of here.
So in the draft, they drafted Andre Dillard, an offensive tackle from Washington, Miles Sanders, a running back, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a wide receiver, Sharif Miller, and Clayton Thornton, a quarterback in the 5th round.
Yeah. So this is how I feel.
Well, I want to talk about their signings before you continue.
Because
they signed Malik Jackson, which is a good signing, L.J. Fort, Andrew Sedero, Vinny Curry, Luis Perez, Greg Ward, Charles Johnson, which is a very underrated signing, Zach Brown from the aforementioned Redskins, Cody Kessler, Devin Ross, which was another underrated wide receiver signing, and Trey Allison. But they lost Darren Foles. No, Darren Foles just re-signed with them now too.
Yeah. So Jay wants to know what we think of Green Bay. We'll get to Green Bay next week. I have a surprise opinion about Green Bay, though. You might just like it.
I don't.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. Okay, damn.
I don't give a fuck.
All right, so the question is with the Eagles, right? Is your boy Carson Wentz 100%? That's always the big 100% Carson Wentz is probably the most dangerous quarterback in the NFL right now.
I say 100% Carson Wentz is RG3 when he was healthy.
Yeah, that's the problem though. He's put on so much padding to keep himself 100% and upright that I mean,
now he's gonna look like Kurt Warner.
Yeah, no shit. He's gonna look like Dick Butkus with all the armor and shit he's gonna have on his body. Fuck.
You can't let him get hit. God damn it.
Nigga's gonna look like Iron Man and shit.
So are you calling Carson Wentz the new glass man of the NFL?
Oh, man. We know that the Eagles' O-line is trash. Okay? We know that. And he's that's the struggle, right? Because I'm like, it's not that he's made of glass. It's just that they put him in positions where he breaks like glass. I mean,
so he is the new glass man of the NFL.
I mean, if they didn't make this man die half the time that he drops back to her pass, we'd be probably talking about an MVP caliber quarterback.
So, hey, I gotta interrupt you for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the way they do bye weeks now, are they doing them just bye weeks by division?
I think so.
Okay, because I'm wondering, because this is the third straight team that has week 10 off.
Yeah, so I think that's what it is. I think normally you get 4 or 6 teams that are off now during weeks. It makes it easier. Okay. So the whole running back thing still irks me because they still haven't found their full-time running back.
Did they re-sign JJ Adai?
I thought they did. I thought they did, but he's still not. He wasn't good last year.
No, he was not 100% last year.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like this Eagles team is really goes where Carson Wentz goes, but Carson Wentz goes where this O-line goes. So essentially,
you know what that is? You know what that is?
What?
IR.
I mean, it's rough, bro. Like I couldn't even. Like the Eagles defense steps up when they need to. They're not consistent. Apparently they only play defense when Nick Foles was on the team. That's what it's seemingly like, and he's not there anymore.
That's how it was last year.
Huh?
That's how it was last year. Because remember, Carson Wentz got hurt in that Saints game.
Yeah, and you remember in that when Nick Foles was in the game,
they made a playoff run. They were done when Wentz went down.
Yeah, the defensive efficiency went through the roof when Nick Foles didn't play defense. How the fuck is that? Can somebody out in America tell me how a quarterback can improve the defense?
I can tell you how.
How?
Be that dude from Buffalo who signed with every other team to show the team how to catch interceptions.
Just don't be the quarterback that gets yeeted out of the by your O-line. I guess that's what it is.
Hold on. Here goes yeet.
Carson Wentz out for the season.
So the 2019 Eagles schedule goes a little something like this. Hit it. Anyway.
Wow.
Yes, I went there. Anyway, they start off at home against the Washington Redskins. Then they are at Atlanta. Then they are at home against the Detroit Lions. Okay. Then they are at Green Bay, at home against New York. Then they have 2 straight road games, one against Minnesota, one against Dallas. Oh, wait, 3 straight. One at Buffalo. Yeah, 3 straight road games. Then you got the Bears at home. Then you got your bye week. You come back from your bye week to have the New England Patriots at home. Then you got the Seattle Seahawks. Then at the Dolphins. Then at home against the Giants. At the Redskins. At home against the Cowboys. And then at the Giants. What the fuck is with them scheduling the Giants 2 times in the last 4 weeks for the last 6 years?
I have no idea. The NFL likes cold games with cold teams. That's what it is. That's what I'm seemingly thinking about. And I have to. Jay called him trash. Is that a trash can? I think it's a trash can because he put this up when we were talking about the Carson Wentz. So I just want to make sure that we were on the same page.
I didn't say trash can. Or is that salt? Or is it salt? Is he calling it a salty or is it a trash can?
A salty trash can?
Because Carson Wentz did not bring a Super Bowl to Philadelphia. Nick Foles did. Anyway.
Oh. So that you know a game that irks me that's on that card that you just mentioned?
What's that?
Seahawks game. Like dead in the middle of the fucking season. I didn't even mention the Seahawks in any
Hold on. The Seahawks game right in the middle of the end of the season, right after you play the Patriots.
Yes. It's like fuck. Fuck, we just got done getting our butts kicked by the Patriots. It can't possibly get any worse. Motivated Russell Wilson.
Let's rephrase that, James. Black Russell Wilson.
Yes, motivated black Russell Wilson is in the building.
This is the first time in his life Russell Wilson has been black.
He's gonna have the what is not dreadlocks, but the cornrows in his hair too. A wild Russell Wilson appears.
Man, how the fuck the contract get you bass in your voice?
Got him some bass. He got him some cornrows. Your boy was ready.
Now you know Sierra ain't gonna leave him.
No, he good. He is good. That man getting it. He's back. He's back. He's invited to the cookout again. I mean, everything is just all right in Russell Wilson's world. That man might just go for an MVP season this year. I think it's in the cards. I don't even like the Seahawks, but I like Russell Wilson as a person. I think this is his year for MVP anyway. But this is something else. That game right there is gonna decide the Eagles season. Dead in the middle, like out of nowhere, and then right after New England, that's gonna decide their season.
Yeah, put you on the spot. What is your record for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Oh, I think you're gonna see a resurgence for the Eagles. Oddly enough, I think resurgence for Carson Wentz. I think that he survives this year, at least enough games to get him into the playoffs. I want to say 10-6.
10-6.
Yep.
I am not the believer in Carson Wentz that you are, but as far as the schedule goes, I'm going to just give them one more loss. I'm going 9-7.
Oh, this is going to go. Okay, fair enough. So I take it we're on to the you-know-whos.
We're on to the team that Ezekiel Elliott thinks he should be getting paid more than anybody else. Yes.
Yes. Oh, so the drama is back in Dallas in the Big D. The Big D doesn't stand for Dallas. It stands for drama. The Drama Boys is in the building.
Well, let's not go without saying. When the season started last year, the Cowboys were dead in the water.
Yeah.
And then they hauled off and won 3, 4, 5, 7 out of the last 8 games and won the division.
That's because of the trade with Amari Cooper.
And Amari Cooper did not show up in the playoffs.
No, not at all.
So with a record of 10-6, the Cowboys finished the 2018 season first place in the NFC East. And
they won a playoff game.
They had no first-round draft picks.
No. Because they did the trade that was the trade that they got. They traded their first-round pick to the Raiders for Amari Cooper. The Cowboys were an interesting enigma. They had no business being where they were. If Amari Cooper had not got onto the team, we'd be talking about like probably a 5-11 team that, like we predicted last year, that the Cowboys were going to be.
Yeah. Because nobody expected the Raiders to trade their top wide receiver.
True. Although we did talk about John Gruden trading everybody at the beginning of the season. We
did talk about John Gruden and say, oh, no, we're not going to trade him. Trade him.
Yeah, exactly. Trade him over and over and over again. But everybody knows what to expect now. That loss that they took showed exactly what was needed in order to beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, let's talk about their signings in the offseason. They now have a 2-headed monster at wide receiver because they did pick up Randall Cobb from the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
Jason Witten took a year off, and now he is back with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And they also signed safety George Ioka, which will add a sting to that defense.
Yeah. And something that you don't have with losses, because it happened today, they cut Allen Hurns.
Yeah, right after he got injured.
Yeah. No, they cut him they cut him today because he made some crazy ass contract demand. And they're like, no.
Oh, no, they also picked up Robert Quinn, the defensive end from Miami also.
Yep. Former Miami defensive end and Rams defensive end, Robert Quinn. The Dallas Cowboys defense got better. Defense wasn't their problem. Defense was more of a bend, don't break type of system like New England. Their problem was Dak Prescott executing on the offensive field as a field general, as a quarterback. Now,
you know what I honestly think is going to hurt them the most this year?
What?
Losing one person.
Who?
And nobody talked about it, but we're actually talking about him joining this team in the very next team. They lost their best wide receiver in Cole Beasley.
Oh, yeah.
He went to Buffalo.
Yeah. Well, Cole Beasley put in work last year before the Amari Cooper signing.
Cole Beasley has been putting in work for years. Then when they signed Amari Cooper, they stopped using him.
No, and which I really honestly think that if they would have actually used Cole Beasley last year, along with Amari Cooper, they would have got a lot farther along.
In the playoffs,
yeah, because you need a Cole Beasley in the playoffs. The New England has proven that you need a guy to get under shit in the playoffs.
Look at Julian Edelman.
Yep.
Cole Beasley was Dallas's Julian Edelman.
Think about it. Even the year before, I mean, they had Chris Hogan getting in under people's skin on the inside.
No, it's Danny Amendola.
Well, even that too. Remember though, when both of them cats got injured, they put Hogan on the inside. Like, you need has nobody paying attention to what New England does for long term, and I think that's what trips me out. And actually, what the Niners did long term, they got an inside receiver. They got a good inside receiver now. These teams are getting great inside receivers, and the Cowboys have not adapted. They had a Cole Beasley. They could have used them on the inside doing their thing. They have an offensive set that uses inside receivers, and they chose not to. Or let me rephrase that. Dak Prescott chose not to throw it to Cole Beasley.
Yeah. And then you didn't even see Cole Beasley on the field towards the end of the season.
Nope. And we kind of knew that it was a wrap.
All right. So their season sounds something like this. They open up at home against the Giants. Then they're at the Washington Redskins. Then they're home against the Dolphins, at the New Orleans Saints, home against the Packers, at the Jets, home against the Eagles, then their bye week. Then they're at the Giants. Then they're at home against Minnesota. Then they have 2 back-to-back away games at Detroit, at New England. Then they're home against Buffalo, where Cole Beasley's going to want to make a point.
Yep.
Then they're at Chicago. Then they got the Rams. Then the Rams at home. Then they're at Philadelphia, and they end the season at home against the Washington Redskins.
So I think that because there's another looming specter in Cowboy land, which is another the police have picked up the investigation again for Ezekiel Elliott, even though that Goodell said that he's not going to suspend him now. They still have that right to suspend him if these criminal charges pop up, and whatever the case may be. If Ezekiel Elliott ends up out for an extended period of time, that is the Cowboy season. That is it. That is done. Finito. There is no negotiation. It is a wrap. The Cowboys cannot win or expect to go long into the playoffs without Ezekiel Elliott. Again, for everybody that is out there listening, I will tell you again, the Cowboys will not go far without Ezekiel Elliott. Fuck a Dak Prescott and his fucked up ass contract.
We talked about this last year. Dak Prescott ain't shit if Ezekiel Elliott isn't on the field.
Exactly. But this is paramount to what Jerry Jones is about. One interesting story, I don't know, for the older football fans, y'all know what I'm about to talk about. For the younger guys, you're going to have a seat and listen. So the last Cowboys dynasty with Aikman, Irvin, and Emmitt Smith, right? So Aikman balled out. they paid Troy Aikman. Michael Irvin balled out. They paid Michael Irvin. They waited till literally the 11th hour to pay Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt Smith was so angry and so pissed because he carried that Cowboys team on his shoulders. That offense would have never been. Yeah. Because keep in mind, we're talking about 94, right? So the Cowboys have already been to 2 Super Bowls at this point. 2 against the Buffalo Bills. They've already been to those 2.
Yep.
And that's what, and Emmitt Smith was the MVP of one of those games. And you chose to drag your feet, and this is Jerry Jones, same shit. You chose to drag your feet against what probably is one of the greatest running backs of all time. And he's doing it again with Ezekiel Elliott. History is going to repeat itself. And except you won't have any Super Bowl rings to show for it.
Last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl, DVDs weren't even around yet, and that media is gone now.
Yep. And so if they don't sign this man to the contract he deserves, this is it. But if Ezekiel Elliott doesn't get suspended, so I'll put an asterisk. Okay, the Cowboys as is are an 11-5, possibly a 12-4 team. Okay, there's going to be some tough teams that they're not going to be able to beat or shoot out. However,
we're not doing that here, sir. Since we have stakes, I want your legit what you think will be their win total.
God damn, because this is going to be rough because I don't know what Ezekiel Elliott. I got
mine already made up. Would you like to hear mine?
Sure, go ahead.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be 8-8 this year.
Said 8-8.
They have the 5th hardest schedule in the NFL. And as you said, you don't know what's going to happen with Zeke. And there's always drama there.
I say 9-7.
I see what you did there.
Raise you $1 like the Price is Right, sir.
Right. All right. So with that being said, our final predictions for the NFC East. We have the Giants. I have them at 4-12. He has them at 2-14. The Redskins, I have it 7-9. He has it 8-8. The Cowboys, I have it 8-8. He has it 9-7. The Eagles, I have it 9-7. He has it 10-6. Both making the same prediction that the Philadelphia Eagles will win the NFC East this year.
Yes. All right, so it's time to go into the AFC.
And the first team we're going to talk about was the worst team of the AFC East last year. That was the Buffalo Bills, who finished off at a surprising 6-10. They could have been a lot worse.
Yes. That team had so many problems last year. But
I'm gonna give a precursor. They have probably added the most talent this offseason in any other team in the NFL.
Yeah. So remember we talked about the Bills last year. They came off that first playoff berth in 15 years, 16 years?
Yep.
Tyrod Taylor led them to the playoffs with a weird-ass offense. LaShawn McCoy, everything seemed to be all right with the world. And then for some weird-ass reason, Buffalo decided to pull a Miami Marlins and cut everybody not named LaShawn McCoy.
And not only that, start Nate Peterson over Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, God. Nate Peterman. Oh, my God. You mentioned his name. The official, statistically, worst quarterback of all time. And he's beat out Ryan Leaf. He's beat out Jamarcus Russell. Nathan Peterman is statistically guaranteed beyond the shadow of a doubt because of all the games that he's played, the worst quarterback in NFL history. That will forever.
And you know what?
What?
Up until 2 weeks ago, he was still on the NFL roster.
What is wrong with that guy? Anyways,
the Raiders finally cut it. The Raiders finally cut him.
Yeah. So the Josh Allen era came into effect last year, which was a cool thing. Josh Allen we learned that Josh Allen can ball out. We also learned that
he can run for his life.
Yeah. And we also learned that the Bills' defense is aight when they can be, but trash most of the time, but aight when they can be.
Okay, are you ready for these additions?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Because there is a lot of them.
Oh, I know. Go ahead.
All right. So we will start with Daquil Williams, who was on the Edmonton Eskimos in the CFL.
That's right. Edmonton, baby. Woo! Oh.
And they signed Spencer Long from the Jets. Cole Beasley, who we just talked about.
Okay.
John Brown, who is a very capable wide receiver. They signed the ageless wonder who's making his way through the AFC East. The only team he hasn't played for the AFC East is the New England Patriots, Mr. Frank Gore.
Okay.
They signed center Mitch Morse from the Kansas City Chiefs. They signed Joe Feliciano from the Raiders. They signed Ty Neshke from the Redskins. Another big pickup here, they signed Tyler Kroft from the Bengals, a standout tight end.
Okay.
They signed Kevin Johnson from the Texans. They signed Andre Roberts from the Jets.
Yeah.
They signed Adrian Waddle from the Patriots. They signed Maurice Alexander from the Seahawks. Another tight end, Jake Fisher. A corner, EJ Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines. That was a good one.
Another running back, Incenerize Perry. Ain't that William Perry's kin?
I think so.
Then they picked up Quentin Spain, EJ Harold. TJ Yeldon is a big pickup.
Yeah.
And Lee Smith. They added some talent to this team.
And here's the thing. They added so much talent at the running back spot that LaShawn McCoy might actually be the odd man out. You know they can cut him and not owe LaShawn McCoy a dime, nor will it count against the salary cap.
Yeah, I know. And let me just say they lost Charles Clay with that big tight end.
Yeah.
They lost John Miller and they lost Logan Thomas.
Yeah. LaShawn McCoy, when you want to talk about people that are made of glass, this man has consistently been injured for the last 4 seasons. And if I even look at the Eagles roster and the time's been out, I don't think this man has ever played 16 games.
No, he has not. Most he's ever played this season is 12.
So that tells you exactly where the Bills are at this season. They can get younger, divide up the carries. They're not expected to win the division. Hell,
they have a really good receiving core.
But it's not good if Josh Allen's always running for his life. You got to see if we can get that man to not run for his life the entire freaking game.
Sure it is, because if Carson Wentz can do it, so can he.
First off, Carson Wentz just takes the hits, okay? He takes the pain, all right? He likes it rough. Oh.
So are you ready for their schedule this year?
Yes.
Here we go. They start off the season with 2 straight road games.
Oh, God. Okay.
But the 2 straight road games where they don't have to travel anywhere because they're at the Jets and at the Giants.
Interstate games. It's like high school. Interstate championship games.
Then they're at home against Cincinnati.
Okay.
At home against the Patriots. Then they're at the Tennessee Titans. Then they have their bye.
Okay.
And now things start getting interesting.
Oh, go ahead.
We have at home against Miami, at home against Philadelphia, at home against Washington, then at Cleveland, at Miami, at home against Denver, at Dallas, at home against Baltimore, at Pittsburgh, at New England, and then at home against the Jets.
This team is too young. It's too many new players. It's going to take a year for all these people to gel. So if you're asking me what I think that their records are going to be, I don't think it's going to improve anymore. I think it's actually going to get worse from last year. I think it's going to be 5-11.
Really?
Yeah, they're too young. And all right, so here we go. Here's your loss.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Get out of my head. That's what I typed to mine.
I'm about to say, because let's look at it. 2 losses to New England, 2 losses to the Jets, 2 losses to the Dolphins at 6. Lost to Cleveland at 7. I think the Giants
lost to the Cowboys.
Yep, 8.
Lost to the Broncos.
9.
Lost to the Eagles.
10.
Lost to the Bengals.
11.
Damn, we haven't beaten both the we haven't beaten the Giants in week 2.
Yeah, exactly. Remember I said that? I said they might.
All right, so we both agree 5-11 for the Buffalo Bills this year.
Exactly. See?
I feel bad for Cole Beasley.
It's not. I told you this is gonna take another year, bro. It's gonna take a year. That's it. This is 1 year. I'm just really.
So the NFC East has a drama team, and so does the AFC East, and they are known as the New York Jets.
Yay!
Whose GM traded for Le'Veon Bell, and then almost cut Le'Veon Bell, and then got fired.
Yes, and also signed the coach from a rival in the same division. Don't forget about that part.
Yep.
Remember, now Adam Gase is the temporary GM of the team.
And that motherfucker looked like somebody who was strung up on coke during his introductory conference.
That nigga was on something in the introductory conference. You know it. I know it. I'm never gonna let him live it down. I promise you.
Like this. James, are you still there?
Yeah. Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Follow the pancake, sir. Follow the pancake. Woo!
I have a new job?
Yeah, look at that. Huh? What? What
do you mean I'm not in Miami no more?
Did I sign this contract high? Can I null and void it? Oh, fuck.
All right. So last year they finished 4-12.
Yes. So here's my thing about these wonderful New York Jets, okay? I actually honestly think that the Adam Gase effect plus their second-year quarterback, whose name I can't remember right now. Let's take it because I'm
Darnold.
Darnold, yeah.
Darnold.
The Darling Darnold. Darnold can ball. Le'Veon Bell is going to make the defense honest. The Adam Gase effect.
Le'Veon Bell sees the field.
Oh, he'll see the field. Adam Gase likes him, which is why he's the GM. Oh,
no, I'm talking about if he doesn't get busted for marijuana again.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. But I think he'll last 16 games.
Because remember, when that all came out with him and Blunt got busted for marijuana, everybody blamed Blunt. But then it came back that Blunt was clean. When LeGarrette Blunt is not the problem child in your friendship, you have an issue.
So I honestly think the Jets are my surprise team.
Are you ready to hear their schedule this year?
Yes. We already know that they're going to beat the Bills twice. That's already guaranteed.
All right. So they're at home against the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
At home against the Browns.
Okay.
Then at New England.
Okay.
Then they have their bye week.
Get it started early. 1-2, baby. That's right. It's a success. 1-2.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
You're going to laugh just as I say the first 3 teams.
Oh, God.
Right?
Okay.
At Philadelphia, at home against Dallas, and at home against New England.
Ooh. They got to play New England again? Oh.
Yep. Within 6 weeks of each other.
Okay, so 2-4. All right. We're still a success, baby.
All right. Then we're at Jacksonville.
Oh, boy. I don't know. Depends on where Nick Foles is at. Go ahead.
Then at Miami.
That's a winnable game. All right. We got 3 wins now. Come on. Let's keep it going.
Then they got a home game against the Giants.
That's 4 wins. Let's keep it going, baby.
Then they're at Washington.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Then they're at home against Oakland.
I don't know. All them first round picks Oakland got? I don't know. Let's see.
Then they're at Cincinnati. Then they're at home against Miami. Then they're at Baltimore.
Okay.
Then they're at home against Pittsburgh, and they're at Buffalo.
Okay.
The schedule is not in their favor.
7-9. I'm calling it 7-9. 7-9.
I am giving them the same exact record as the Buffalo Bills, 5-11.
Good God. You're cruel. Don't be cruel.
To a team that sucks. Those 5 games will be the only 5 games that Le'Veon Bell plays. Anyway. Because Le'Veon Bell hasn't played a full season ever in his NFL career either. So
yeah.
Now let's move on to Mr. Granger's state team. And I know he's looking at me right now with death in his eyes for saying that. The Miami Dolphins.
I just as well cheer for Jameis Winston to rob a Kroger for crab legs than I will ever cheer a Miami Dolphins team.
Let me get them crab legs, girl.
Put them in my bag, nigga.
Last season, what was called a resurgent Dolphins team went 4-12.
No, they went 7-9.
Oh, wait, hold on. I pulled up the wrong one.
Remember the Dolphins are the epitome of even.
Hey, what I just said never happened, okay?
The Dolphins are the epitome of breaking even. Remember this season? I think statistically.
Oh wait! Now you remember last year they started off the season 3-0, and I told you they were going to end up like the Mets on the losing side of things.
Yeah, 7-9. They are the most breaking even team in the history of the NFL.
Let's talk about this. Last season, they started off with wins against the playoff Tennessee Titans, the New York Jets, and what was supposed to be a good Oakland Raiders team. Everybody was high on Miami. The New England Patriots were not going to win the AFC East because they were 1 whatever. And then the Miami Dolphins went into New England and got destroyed 38-7.
And remember, we worried because we predicted the Dolphins to go 7-9 last year too. We were like, "Fuck the 3-0, fuck."
And then what happens to a lot of teams? The New England Patriots.
the New England buzzsaw. Oh God. Oh jeez, that New England buzzsaw is just something fucking else.
They finished 7-9. It should have been 6-10 if not for a fluke play against the New England Patriots.
It actually would have been 5-11 had it not been for the other fluke play that happened the next week. I think against the Jets. I want to say
after that New England win, they lost their next 2 games.
Okay, so it was another game that they shouldn't have won that they won by accident.
Oh, you're talking about the game against the Bears where they won it in overtime.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I don't like the Dolphins. I'm going to put it out there right now. They are just gay sharks, and they do not belong in the NFL.
Wow.
So sue me. They made no acquisitions this year to make the team better.
They got rid of Adam Gase, which I don't know. Who's their coach now?
I don't fucking know. Hold on, let me look up Miami Dolphins coach. You know what would be really funny?
Here we go. We're gonna ask Google.
If it was
who is the coach of the Miami Dolphins?
If it was Tom Sula.
Oh, it's Brian Flores. Is your boy?
Yeah, the somewhat defensive coordinator from the Patriots last year.
Yeah, this is gonna be a cheating scenario where they're gonna win one game against the Patriots, and then the Patriots are gonna change their entire defensive scheme and offensive scheme the next time they play the Dolphins. Remember this happened against the Lions. Like, all right, Belichick's like, you'll get your one fucking win. Fuck you.
All righty then. So their 2019 schedule goes a little something like this. They're at home against the Ravens.
Hold on, I just got a timeout. I just realized that we just said that the only important Miami Dolphins acquisition this year was a fucking coach.
Yeah, they did nothing else.
Good God. The 4-12. Fuck it. I don't even hear. You can tell. This tell the fucking record. 4-12. This is bullshit. What the fuck? Really?
As a matter of fact, they lost Danny Amendola to the Lions.
Oh fuck. 3-13. Fucking shit. Fuck.
All right. All right. Here's their schedule for 2019.
Oh God. Okay.
And this is the reason why the New England Patriots get easy schedules is because the AFC East sucks. It ain't the Patriots' fault that they're in a division with these losers. Okay.
When your toughest competition is the New York Jets, it's
the toughest competition is the Buffalo Bills.
That's debatable, but okay. All right, fine. All right, let's keep it going. All right. What's the Dolphins schedule?
All right, they're at home against Baltimore, at home against New England, then they're at the Cowboys, and they're at home against the Chargers, and then they have their bye week.
Oh, God. 0-6. Anyways.
0-4 to start the season?
0-4. Whatever. No, they're going to lose the bye week, and then the week after that, 0-6.
Coming back from the bye week, they're at home against the Redskins, and they're at Buffalo, at Pittsburgh, at home against the Jets, at the Colts, at home against the Bills, at Cleveland, at home against the Eagles, at the Jets, at the Giants, at home against the Bengals, and then they finish their season in Gillette Stadium at the New England Patriots.
3-13. I told you, 3-13.
3-13, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna beat the Bills twice, and then gonna beat the Bills twice and the Jets once. That's it. It's a wrap.
I have a little more faith than you do, for some goddamn knows what reason.
First off, didn't they trade Ryan Tannehill?
No, I think he's still their quarterback.
No, they traded him.
Hold on, I'll look right now. Ryan Tannehill. You know what's funny? When I started typing in his name, the first thing that popped up was Ryan Tenenbaum.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Ryan Tannehill was on the Titans.
Yeah, remember I told you they traded him.
Who the fuck is the Dolphins quarterback? Hold on. This might change my whole record. Hold on.
Oh, now you want to hop on the 3-13 bandwagon. Okay, all right, cool.
Oh, they got Josh Rosen.
Yeah, remember that, but it's not that Josh Rosen is bad. It's just that they didn't add anybody.
But don't forget, they also got Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's good for 2 wins right there.
No, it's good for about 400-some yards passing and 200 yards rushing in a game because he's going to be running for his life. Yeah, but
God damn it, James. Remember, Ryan Fitzpatrick was winning in Tampa Bay.
3-13. Anyways.
All right, so I'm probably going to regret this decision since we actually have stakes this year. I am giving the Miami Dolphins the benefit of the doubt. And I am saying that they will go 7-9.
Oh, God. Three and 13. Anyways, all right. So that last.
I put your 3-13 in, sir. Don't worry about it.
Last but certainly not least, they are the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots.
A team that is favored to win the Super Bowl again this year.
Every single year. This is gonna piss off everybody in the AFC. I promise you.
But it's funny because when they release the schedules, why the Patriots schedule so easy? Because they play in the AFC East.
Hey, and remember though, at some point when the Bengals were trash, the Browns were trash, and the Ravens were trash, nobody was saying, "Oh, the Steelers have the easiest schedule in the AFC."
Right?
Nobody was saying that.
No, you know why? Because the Patriots are still winning Super Bowls. Anyway.
Meanwhile, the Steelers can't even get out of the second round against Jacksonville. Anyway.
The New England Patriots statistically had their worst season in a long time. They went 11-5. That 11-5 record took them to the Super Bowl championship.
Yes, where they beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
They beat the brakes off the Chiefs not once but twice last year.
Yeah. Which, as we always say, provided the recipe for the Chiefs to lose out those last games. Remember, I said that once they get exposed, that's going to change how the Chiefs went from running away with the AFC West to almost losing it and being a fifth seed.
Thank you, New England. So, to make matters better for the Patriots, what's their draft? How does the Giants draft a quarterback in the first round who wasn't going to get picked up till the sixth round, and they let a wide receiver who was a top 5 projected player drop to the New England Patriots in N'Keal Harry?
Because of Washington. Blame Washington for pulling the okie doke on everybody. Hey, we're going to draft Daniel Jones if you don't. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Oh.
Hold on. New England is so good at drafting, they drafted a punter in the 5th round.
That's right.
So the Patriots draft, it went a little something like this. It had N'Keal Harry, another top-notch player, Jojuan Williams, a corner who's going to be a very good cornerback in the NFL.
Yep.
Oh, and how this dude fell to the 3rd round, nobody knows. Chase Winovich, a very good defensive end out of Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Then they signed Damian Harris, who just so happened to play with another Patriots running back.
Yeah.
And then the other guys are just going to be role players and special teamers.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, now the only thing is, so now the Patriots are going to be under another defensive coordinator, which Bill Belichick is going to control most of the defense.
It's still Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it'll still be Belichick until they find until Bill Belichick trusts a defensive coordinator, which might be a year. Who knows? But the Patriots are coming into this season. Tom Brady's still healthy. Julian Edelman is mostly healthy. He's coming off a Super Bowl MVP.
In this offseason, the Patriots in this offseason have probably lost more than they have in any other season. They lost Malcolm Brown, Trent Brown, Trey Flowers. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Chris Hogan, Cody Hollister, Ulrich John, Cordell Patterson, Eric Rowe, and LaDainian Waddle. But the players they kept were Ryan Allen, one of the best punters in the NFL.
Yeah.
Philip Dorsett, who was being highly touted from other teams.
Yeah.
Stephen Gostkowski, Hall of Fame kicker.
Yeah.
The McCourty twins.
Yep.
Which is probably the biggest signings.
Yeah. Yep.
Because say what you want, Jason McCourty is the one who won the Super Bowl for the Patriots by chasing down Brandon Cooks in the end zone.
Yep, that's true.
Danny Shelton and John Simon, who are very good defensive role players.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots are coming back at full strength.
But
minus Chris Hogan.
Can I talk about their additions real quick, too?
Yeah, go ahead.
And they lost Robert Gronkowski.
Yeah.
But They brought back Brandon Bolden.
Yep.
They got Bruce Ellington. That was one of those, hey, Matt Patricia, you owe us a favor. And Terrence Brooks, who was a Pro Bowler in New York, is now on the Patriots.
Yep.
Maurice Harris, Mike Pennell. With the loss of Rob Gronkowski, they signed Matt Lacoste, who was a very good tight end prospect in Denver.
Yeah.
They signed Cedric Lang, Jacob Johnson. The big one, and me and you talked about this the other day because of the whole N'Keal Harry thing, and I think some people forgot that they signed Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, which is still, he's going to be out for a couple games still.
Yeah. Benjamin Watson came out of retirement. He's going to miss the first 4 games, but that's fine. But here is the biggest signing that the New England Patriots had this whole offseason.
Okay.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
4-time Pro Bowl linebacker, twice with the Patriots, twice with the Cleveland Browns. Jamie Collins came home for a very small contract.
Oh, wow. Jamie Collins? Holy shit. Remember they shipped his ass off to the Browns for virtually nothing?
Because he was demanding to get paid like fucking somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen how that went.
And he was a great player in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But no, he's back with the Patriots now.
Yeah. Yeah, because he sees that what mediocrity is about. I mean, it's not like the Browns did bad last year. And it's not, and they're really expected one of the teams that are expected to win the AFC. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
They're actually fucking projected to win the AFC North.
That's what I'm saying. So that's something that we'll talk about next week. But
hey, Toby said they were smoking crack.
Yeah, of course they were smoking crack. He was talking about the damn was it the Giants? I forget who we were talking about at the time. But to me, I said this the last year. I said this the year before. Until somebody steps up and can say that we're the team that can beat the New England Patriots and actually be the team that beats the New England Patriots, even with no Rob Gronkowski, no Benjamin Watson, Tom Brady is still upright throwing passes. Remember I asked you last year, Phil, is Tom Brady still upright and throwing passes? You said yes. Okay.
And the scariest thing about this team this year is what they have behind Tom Brady. Because you have a Sony Michel who is proven to be one of the top running backs in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. He was the one consistent thing outside of Julian Edelman in the Super Bowl. Remember
you have James White, who is a threat to catch the ball anywhere on the field.
He's the next Larry Sanders.
You have returning Brandon Bolden.
Yeah. Which is real good. Real blocking back and still run the ball with speed and power.
And is great on special teams.
Yep.
And that's where the Patriots beat people, is in special teams.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about their schedule.
Okay.
So, as we noticed, the rest of the AFC East teams have their bye weeks within the first 5 weeks of the seasons.
Yep.
The New England Patriots have their bye week in week 10.
Jesus Christ. They got to go 9 games.
Yeah. But that's where they usually get it, is around that time.
Yeah.
So here we go. They start off at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
Then they're at the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Home against the Jets. At Buffalo. At Washington. Home against the Giants. Then at the Jets. Then probably what might be one of the games of the year, at home against the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah. That game is going to be probably sold out so goddamn fast.
And it's in Gillette, so it'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Then at Baltimore, then they have their bye week.
Okay.
Following their bye week, they're at Philadelphia, home against Dallas, at Houston, home against Kansas City, at Cincinnati, home against Buffalo, and they finish off home with the Miami Dolphins.
13-3.
Get out of my fucking head. I said at the end of last season when I seen the schedule this year, they were going to go 17-3 this year.
I think the one game that's probably going to surprise everybody to see how far they've come, and the fact that the Browns actually, I mean, they haven't played this team in a minute, which is the Browns.
I'm glad that we're getting the Browns where we're getting them, because that means that team will have time to gel before we play.
Yeah. I think that's the game.
I'm going to tell you now, I respect the Browns. I like what the Browns did this offseason. I think they are going to be one of the better teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this right now, and I want you to make sure this makes it into the video after you edit it for YouTube and Sinful Black TV and the podcast.
Of course, sir.
This has to make it in there. The Cleveland Browns will beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs.
Okay, I can get behind that. So then what you're saying is that we're going to have a rematch of this very game in the AFC Championship, which should be good. That'll be an interesting one.
Unless the only way it's not in the AFC Championship is if New England and Kansas City get the byes.
True. But you never know, though. I mean, Browns can come in as a third seed.
They could come in as a third, then they play Kansas City.
And they still do it. They'll still end up doing it.
I think, because me and you, I did call the AFC Championship game last year between Kansas City and New England.
Yeah.
I'm calling it this year, New England, Cleveland, AFC Championship.
Okay.
Bold prediction.
I believe – so my bold prediction has mainly to do with two quarterbacks. I think that Josh Rosen. I think that Josh Rosen and Sam Darnold are going to have career years this year. They're not going to prepare their teams fast because those teams have horrible defensive issues. But I think that Josh Rosen is going to probably be NFL's most improved player.
Well, it ain't going to be hard because he played for Arizona last year, and that was horrible.
True. And I think that Sam Darnold with Le'Veon Bell are going to put up numbers. As they're going to see the next duo. I think that might be eventually the passing of the torch. I think they're going to be the dominant team well after Tom Brady retires, though. Not like now, but well after Tom Brady retires.
But people forget that the Patriots did also – I didn't bring this up in their draft – that they drafted the quarterback from Auburn. So anyway.
Well, then. Let me rain on your parade.
And to make matters worse, they got him in the 6th round where the Giants picked the quarterback from Duke in the 1st round. Ain't it funny how players just fall to the Patriots? Yeah, here's N'Keal Harry. Here's the defensive end from Michigan. Here's all these players that work great in Bill Belichick's system.
Exactly, right? Fucking shit, man. God damn. All right. Well, now that we've given our predictions and our preview for this NFL for the Eastern teams, anything you want to say before we bounce up out of here, sir?
I want to say we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. The NFL is back. It will be on Wednesdays for these shows. During the season, it will probably be on Wednesdays, which will be the pre-week recap, and then our predictions for the week by week. You know, you guys, we do that shit consistently weekly because we keep up with the whole season.
Yeah. The preview shows will be live every Wednesday night. Thursday mornings, they will drop for those. We'll drop the replay Thursday morning. So if you miss it at night, you got to go to bed early. You can catch it at 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time, wherever you at in between. How you do your Thug Thizzles is up to you.
That will be on Sinful Black TV and the YouTube channel.
Yeah, at the same time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. They drop at the same time. So whichever your preferred method of consumption is, they will drop on the podcast at midnight because I get the audio. So as soon as we're done with this, the audio is going straight up to the anchor. So if you can only hear us and you don't like looking at our ugly mugs, you can listen to us.
I'm pretty right now. Hold on.
He's like Vogue. So if you don't like looking at our ugly mug, you can catch us on podcasts on Spotify, a Pocket Cast, all the podcast joints.
And the fucked up part is, I'm probably one of those guys who's better looking on camera than in person.
And Di says, "I'm glad y'all back." Of course, we're back. Trust me, we're going to be back with the Ovatyme Sports Show. We gotta get this man back.
I'm just gonna say it. What's going on with the Ovatyme Sports Show? Baseball is shit right now. That's what's going on with the Ovatyme Sports Show. That's the only thing going on. Congratulations, U.S. Women's National Team for winning the World Cup. But who gives a shit about anything else? There's nothing else going on right now.
Hey, the pennant race is next month or something.
And John Jones beat another bitch.
Oh, and also, what you call him? What's his name? The former football player, James Hardy, beat another bitch too.
Yeah, and Manny Pacquiao put grown man hands on an undefeated person. But no, the problem. All right, we have an issue with the Ovatyme Sports Show when there's no NFL, there's no NBA, and there's no NHL.
We need to entertain you. So
I've announced it. Next week, I'm going to start recording on tomorrow until me and James get to doing the duos. I think you should record some too. Download OBS, and I want you to record some movie reviews on your own. The reason for it is because I want the people to see how we are going to gauge the movies individually.
Okay.
Then we'll start doing our duos.
Okay, I'm down for
that. You told me you said you have an intro for those?
A name?
No, an intro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got something. A little something.
Wasn't it when we're going to call it Sinful Black at the movies?
Yes.
So, yes, if you can come up with an intro, I'm going to actually probably start recording those this weekend. Because did you see the post where I announced the 5 movies I was doing?
Yes, I did. I saw that. That was good.
So, Batman Hush, yeah, that one I was really excited about. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you notice with what I want to do, I don't want to do this just be a new movie review or a Netflix movie review, because then people get the, they only do new movies. I'm going to just announce the movies that I said right now real quick that I'm doing next week.
Okay.
They'll be available on Sinful Black TV Monday through Friday. I think I'll post them around maybe 9 a.m. Eastern Pacific Standard Time, noon.
Okay. So
the movies I'm picking are Batman Hush, the latest Warner Brothers animated Batman movie.
Okay.
Escape Plan 3, the sequel to the sequel to the sequel that originally had Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Okay.
Brightburn. Then those are 3 newer movies. Then I'm going to finish with Titanic and Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm down for that.
Those will be the first 5 I do. So pick 5 movies you want to do, and then we can start working on everything else.
All right. We can do that.
So start thinking about what you want to do, and I got you.
All right. We'll knock it out. So let's get this shit uploaded onto where it needs to go. Until next Wednesday, you never know. I just might pop up with an Ovatyme Sports Show. I might talk some shit about your favorite baseball teams out there.
And it's live stream week on Twitch too. So I've been streaming games every day.
Oh yeah, we got a couple things that we're working on. But until then, you will see us next Wednesday with the Ovatyme Sports Show NFL preview, where we do the Great White North.
That's racist. Oh wait, a black guy said it, so it's okay.
Exactly. Anyway, but until then, ladies and gentlemen, that is the man, Big Sin. That way, I am your boy, Hollywood J. Black. This is the Ovatyme Sports Show, and we are out this bitch. Deuces.